people here, some of the younger ones, haven't seen all of the skills that Kareem possessed as a basketball player. If you get a chance to look at any tapes of Kareem, please do, because you'll learn quite a bit about how the game of basketball is supposed to be played at that position.
But most importantly for me, not only with Jerry West and the statue here, Irving Magic Johnson with a statue here, Chick Kern with a statue here, Kareem with a statue here most deservedly. I do know Wayne Gretzky somewhat, so I feel very privileged to be part of it. And sometimes you think about, where you end up in your life, and where I ended up in my life today is because of the people that supported me, that I was around, that I had a chance to be part of. An incredible experience in the 80s. Showtime was the name.
I'm doing this enormously long time with him, both as a playing against him, and he was dirty. And no one minded it, by the way, because he had such great skill as an executive and also as a coach. But we developed an incredibly strong bond working for the Lakers as a player. That's when I learned what this iconic basketball star was really all about. Kareem was the most selfless super player that I've ever seen in my life. Never one time did I hear him complain about coach, about practice, or being out of practice. And more importantly, at that time, a salary. He didn't do that. That's not who he was. He was a basketball player. He's been more than a basketball player. He's been a scholar, writer. He's taken upon himself to help revive long-forgotten memories of our greatest black leaders and athletes. I'm delighted we continue to have our friendship. Congratulations, Kareem, on this great honor. Your family, fans, and friends will forever be reminded of your greatness. And thank you for continuing to talk to me. I still like to get your calls. It's always something that he wants me to do, of course. And probably the greatest Laker fan of all, Jack Nicholson.
So he will become the 6th statue
Jack!
to be a star player. All right, I think that finally we're going to go so I can get everybody seated. We can start the ceremony. This is Elgin Baylor here. Again, Dr. Julius Irving. A.C. Green. Bill Walton. Thank you for allowing us and taking us on a ride with you.
Yeah, so just
9 times to the finals in 12 years.
Yeah!
All because of your great leadership. Not just on the court, I think James just touched on it. But you also taught us how to be a man and a professional. To go about our job in a professional manner. And you didn't have to say no words. You just was it. We saw you live it, and we wanted to be like you. Thank you for always thinking about your teammates. A lot of times, those MVPs were really yours, and you allowed them to give it to me. But you never said anything. Today, you should have really had the first statue because you actually built that Staples Center. Because if the Lakers don't win, there's no Staples legacy.
That's right.
Because of the tradition. That's why it's here. So we just want to thank you. James and I could go on, but we didn't want to take away from this moment of
The crowd, true person, deep rooted in rolling people, and so and it was just amazing to stand on the opposite box and watch this guy hook, because it was more than just rolling in there, shooting the old Sky hook. I mean, I used to stand over there, and first he would decide on what position he wanted to get the ball. Once he got that, he would catch the ball, and he would look you off with his eyes first, and then he would pump fake, only to get to a certain spot that he knew it was unstoppable. And if you wanted to get your face reconstructed by trying to block him, then your grill would be messed up. But I just got to tell you, Kareem was just an amazing. It was an art of science, and no one has used that shot because it's more than just being athletic. So I can't wait to see the statue. There's a lot of things, Kareem, that you already know how I feel about you, and you know how your teammates feel about you. We love you, man, and you meant a lot to us, and you helped us grow. So this is your day. We'll save the best for last.
During the 50s and 60s, and Louis Alcindor Jr. He was the best that ever passed through New York City's Power Memorial High School. At UCLA, Lou Alcindor dominated to such a degree that the NCAA outlawed the dunk shot. It didn't matter. His team went 80-82 and won 3 straight national championships, with Alcindor shattering one record after another along the way to becoming the Bruins' all-time leading scorer. He remains the only player ever to win 3 College Player of the Year awards, and he's been named as one of the top 100 collegiate athletes of the century by the NCAA. 6 years after all those wins in Westwood, a new West Coast journey would begin with Magic Johnson, Michael Cooper, Norm Nixon, and James Worthy. The Lakers were a powerhouse, soon one of the NBA's marquee teams. The league exploded in popularity in the 80s.
I also want to thank all of the players that I played with, some of the people that were mentioned here, some of them that aren't here. There's so many of them, I can't mention them all. But you don't do anything without your teammates. If you don't get to play with people like Urban and James and Mike, Kurt, all these guys, AC, geez, I wouldn't be here doing this tonight. So for all of my teammates that I mentioned and ones that I've forgotten, it's not an error of the heart. It's just old age is rapidly advancing on me. So you're going to have to forgive me. But thank you so much to all of my teammates.